let's address this XRP army. Okay. Now, before I do that, I want to give credit where credit is due because I am a fan of the XRP ledger. The energy and the attitude that Ripple has brought this community is disgusting. Straight like that. Okay? But I want to give credit where credit is due. Control Alt and Dubai Land Department go live with tokenized real estate. Guess where it's going to be at? The XRP ledger. So, excuse me. The DLD and Control Alt have worked closely together on the development of a secure and compliant tokenization framework, focusing on structuring, minting, and placing real estate title deed tokens on chain. XRP Ledger, centralized layer 1, renowned for its reliability, stability in tokenizing and exchanging digital assets, has been selected as the blockchain of choice for this project. All right, so I get that. I totally dig it. And when you refer to educational materials like Blockmaster, you understand that this is a basic blockchain feature. So more props to the XRP ledger for this. I will also share this with you as well. Dubai is not playing when it comes to their digital outlook. That whole Middle East, North African area, they're ready for it. So XRP ledger adoption in areas like this, definitely a win. Absolutely. And I wish it would be these types of things that we talked about the most. And as you can see here, the XRP ecosystem, the XRP ledger ecosystem is just as immense as the Ripple network and the mysterious partners that everyone else talks about. It's just as fascinating. Okay? But the problem is when you go to talk about the ledger, people don't seem that excited about it. And I can tell you why. I remember the moment NFTs went live on the XRP ledger. Okay? And they pulled this off. The upgrade was called XLS20. Shout out to the developers who brought NFTs to the XRP ledger because this whole section here, NFT collectibles, wouldn't be there. I go to report that. Now, mind you, of course, my channel was much smaller, but I'm looking around at the much bigger channels at the time, and nobody is mentioning it. The only thing that they were talking about in relation to XRP was how much the government was trying to control it. At the same time, trying to tell everybody how much the government was about to use it and how much the government was trying to suppress it. That has been the core narrative around the XRP ledger, and quite frankly, I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Because there is so much more that this ledger has to offer. And I think I'm speaking on behalf of those who, behind the scenes, that go unnoticed, that are developing on the XRP ledger. They don't care about your NWO bullshit. Excuse me. Okay? We about an hour or so in. YouTube pulls off the guardrails at this point. But I want to address this because I don't want anybody in the committee to interact with this dumpster fire of information and get confused about their expectations. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing the XRP token, of which is connected to the XRP ledger. If you want to invest in the XRP token, with the expectation that the XRP ledger will over time perform exceptionally well, that's fine. But don't invest in the XRP expecting the entire planet to use it as a liquidity base. It's not going to happen like that. Because if it was, Ripple would already be on that track years ago. Why did it take them so long to drop a stablecoin? That makes no sense when one of the most popular stablecoins, Tether, is the most dominant stablecoin on the ledger. I don't understand this. Flare Network, Hugo Fillion, has done more for the XRP ledger in the last 12 months than Ripple has done in the last 2 years. And I'm willing to debate this. As a matter of fact, when it comes to founders in the space, I have seen Sergey Nazarov, the founder of Chainlink, almost 12 times in the last 2 months. at everyone's event, including Solana's. On top of that, you see Daniil Dixon everywhere. You see Chris Marszalek, the owner of crypto.com. You see him everywhere. These people have public presences. Now, those public presence are starting to improve the valuation for their companies. These companies just so happen to be connected to the new version of crowdfunding in the digital asset ecosystem that we invest in. Because that's what it is, crowdfunding. That is why the community aspect is such an important piece to it. But at the same time, that becomes a double-edged sword. Because, like I mentioned, the primary narrative that all XRP holders get bombarded with when they get into it is this New World Order situation, the cabals around the world, all of these things. If you believe in that, I dig it. That's fine. Because for a very long time, I followed those same narratives. As a matter of fact, you guys saw it. The whole Trump golden age thing. That was me falling too damn deep into the rabbit hole. That was me falling too damn deep into the rabbit hole. And I honestly felt some type of way about it. But when I put together facts, because all of this started in reaction to the Stellar Anchors by Economic Block. Okay? All I did was list all of the places where Stellar had anchors and correlated with which of these locations were in certain economic blocks and which of these economic blocks were the most profitable. That's it. No conspiracy theories, nothing crazy. I'm not calling out political officials for insider trading. That's not my business. My business is facts. And the fact is, like I said in my X post, when it comes to this theoretical arms race that has been created on crypto Twitter, by the numbers, as of today, Stellar wins. It's winning. And I'm pretty sure the people that work for Ripple know that, which is why the predominant chain, the majority of their stable coins are on Ethereum. They're on Ethereum. Why do you think they did that? I'm starting to think that Ripple doesn't even truly fully understand the capabilities of the XRP ledger because they'd be using it more. All of that, not my problem. That is not my problem, okay? It is not my problem. Before I get too carried away, let me reiterate the point here. My problem with the XRP community, not the token, not the ledger, not Ripple. I got some problems with Brad, but that's different. My problem with the XRP community is that you guys are too caught up in the wrong things. I saw a hilarious post from a pro Stellar account, okay? Granted. But he said XRP people are anticipating an ETF that does not connect to XRP. And it's not in kind, so there's no XRP being used to transact it. This is all a fiat-based arrangement. And he says these idiots are celebrating as if they've won the Super Bowl. I found that to be very hilarious because as abrasive as it was, that is a perfect illustration of the problem that I'm talking about. We are entering a space where traditional financial instruments, yield-bearing financial instruments, have made their way to the blockchain. Not making, have made. And to be quite honest with you, if the almighty XRP was as great as you all say it is, where is the revenue, on-chain revenue that platforms like Token Terminal record for the XRP ledger? There isn't any. And if we're in the business of making money, by investing in businesses with the intention of making money, I'm pretty sure someone is going to see the fact that this XRP thing is not making any revenue, but this Stellar Lumens thing is, no matter if it's only 100 grand in 30 days. I'm seeing if you make 100 grand in 30 days. My point exactly. No, 100 grand in 30 days in the scale of crypto is not monumental, but for the context of the situation, I definitely added that post a little bit later in the day to emphasize my point. In this theoretical arms race that crypto Twitter has created between XRP and Stellar, if you put the numbers on the table, Stellar wins. So, I think I've made my point. When it comes to the XRP ledger, I will cover the ledger. But when it comes to all of this New World Order, banking conspiracy, global liquidity, world reserve currency crap, don't bring it my way. Don't. Because I guarantee you, I got the files. I got the folders. I got the PDFs. I got all of the reports. My boy. Right here. Right here. Y'all do not want it with the committee. You don't. Okay. So with that, that's all I got for this piece. Now, if you have made it this far into this piece of content, guys, drop down DHN in the comments so I know who's rocking with me for real. The plan is to increase the visibility of the DHN brand. Doing that will allow us to continue to pursue the mission of strictly just telling people about this massive change that will affect their lives. Because that's what I'm in it for. All right. So again, guys, links to a boatload of resources to get you started on your crypto journey will be in the description as well as the pinned comment. Follow me on X. I've brought in some help to help run that account. So that way the primary focus of that account is to give you real-time updates on what's going on across the entire blockchain sector. As you'll see in the tagline, we got a new one. Serving crypto enthusiasts. Any coin, any token since 2019. That's how we rock it. But with that, it still remains that if that money is digital, so is the hustle.